So while it's nice to listen to built-in events, and you'll often do that, oftentimes you'll also need your own events. And I will show you how to build such a custom event and use it with event binding in this lecture. So I'll go back to the event binding component and I'll add a new property, which I will name clicked. And this will be a new event emitter object. Now, event emitter is something I have to import here from Angular 2 Core. And this allows me to emit events and to listen to it, like the name implies. So what I want to do now is, here, when I'm clicking on it, I'm actually using my clicked event here, my clicked property, and I call the emit method. And I will emit some text. It works. Therefore, this is a generic type. I'll make this of type string. It will work without that too. And if you're not aware what generic types is, don't worry about this. Basically, this means event emitter is an object which can wrap itself around several other types. So you may emit an event with data of type string, like we're doing it here, or you may emit an event with type of being, well, a complex JavaScript object. So it doesn't care which type of data it emits, and therefore it's generic, and here we're using string. That's all I'm saying here. So now I'm emitting this event. As a next step, it would be great if someone was listening. I'll make this listenable outside of this component here. I could listen to it inside of this component right now, but to make it available outside, I'll add the output metadata or decorator here. I also have to import this here, output. With this is now listenable outside of this component. So I will go to my data binding component HTML file, and I'll also add something to this selector here, to this tag, like I before did with the result property binding here. I'll do the same here for the event, and I name this clicked, because this is the property name I used in the, well, class here. So clicked, of course, is no built-in, no native event. This is my custom event. And then, like for native events, I specify what should happen when this event appears. What I want to execute is I will execute the onClicked method, and I want to pass the data I'm emitting here. Remember, I'm emitting a string. And I can extract the data with the $event object or name here. And this is protected. You can't override this. This is the object Angular 2 will store the data passed through an event inside of. So $event is your way to extract data you pass with an event. So I'll execute onClicked and I pass this event data. So in the data binding component, I'll therefore add this onClicked method. And I know that I will get a value of type string because that's what I'm emitting. And I can then simply output this in an alert. So if I save this, let this page reload, click me, you see the it works text. And this is how you can set up your own custom events and listen to them in a parent component to that. And this, of course, is a great way to let components communicate.